now on the phone, we have got Olympic gold medalist Dan O'Brien joining us from across the pond. Dan, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Glad
to be here.
How's everything going over in London? What's the weather like today over there?
You know, it's really strange. The clouds come out and it's a little cool, and all of a sudden the clouds go away and the sun comes out and it's a little hot. So the weather's been not a non-factor here. After everything we've heard about Great Britain and the London weather, it's really been a non-factor. Performances are still up.
Excellent. What are you, you're there covering sports for Yahoo Sports, which has got to be pretty fun, but obviously you're an Olympic gold medalist yourself. Are you there officially, do you work the whole time? Are you a fan part of the time? What are the days like for you over there?
You know, the first couple days, because track and field hadn't started, I got to run around town, do some things. I'm enjoying some sponsor hospitality and sponsor appearances. But since track and field started, I've literally been at the track for the last 5 days, but I'm loving it. There are 88,000 people in that stand, and they're there from the morning until we all leave at night. So the energy is great. I got to see swimming, gymnastics, and a ton of track and field.
Right on. So track and field, what are the, keep everybody up to date here. For people that aren't, necessarily following the Olympics as close as other people are, what are the big stories so far in track and field?
Well, Usain Bolt destroyed the field once again in the 100 meters, and he's looking like he's going to do it again in the 200 meters. The U.S. men in track and field have yet to win a gold medal, although we've got a lot of bronze and silver medals that we've been pulling in. U.S. women are on fire. Sanya Richards comes home with a gold medal. So does Jen Shore in the women's pole vault. Let's see, we got double medals last night, second and third, bronze and silver in the women's 100-meter hurdles. So we're getting a lot of medals. We're just waiting for a gold medal from the men.
Yeah, got to gold it up there. What's the deal with Usain Bolt? He's the world's fastest man, or at least that's what he claims, and he seems to be holding that up this time. Is the only person that you think has the capability of potentially beating him the Beast, the other Jamaican guy?
No, not in the 200. I don't think anybody can beat him in the 200. He's just that good. I thought that Johan Blake had a chance to beat him in the 100 meters, and Usain showed us a gear that he hadn't shown us all year long. He pulls away from the field. I think he's going to do the same thing in the 200 meters. We're
getting to a point in track and field, I think in all sports, I was reading an article where we're almost peaking the peak physical performance, like where we're getting to the point where we can't drive the human body any further, where we're perfecting every little thing, and they're saying that Olympic, like world records and Olympic records are going to stand for a much longer period of time here soon. Do you think Usain Bolt might be, one of the fastest men ever, or do you think it's just a matter of time till somebody else faster comes along, or is he one of those like once-in-a-lifetime kind of guys?
Well, he's certainly a once-in-a-lifetime kind of guy, but I remember when Michael Johnson did it, and we said the same thing. Nobody's going to break this record for a long time, and all of a sudden Usain Bolt comes along. And I think, we're definitely stretching the limits of the boundaries. But, let's even think about like the men's high jump. There was a guy from Cuba, Javier Sotomayor, who broke the world record, 8 feet. Nobody's even really gotten close to that. Nobody's gotten close to the pole vault world record. So I think we're running faster on the track for a number of different reasons. Usain Bolt is fantastic, but the track surfaces are much better. They're a lot harder. They give back a lot more. Shoes are lighter. Shoes are stronger. So I think that's why we're running faster. We haven't. Some of the discus and the javelin world records have been around for a long time. So, those records will be broken at some point. But we're just really not sure right now. We're just running faster than ever.
Exactly. Watching, we can certainly see that, and it's awesome. I want to know from somebody that's been there, what does it feel like to win an Olympic gold medal? Is there any way to put into words just the feeling of standing on that podium and, try to express that for those of us that obviously will never get to be in an Olympics.
Well, it's a culmination of years of work. And so when you cross that finish line, there's such a big feeling of relief. a big feeling of relief, a sensational feeling of accomplishment, and there's a lot of pride. So you kind of throw all those two together, and it's a moment that can bring you to tears. And it's life-changing. And you see these athletes at these games, and I flash back to my experience in Atlanta. You see these athletes in these games, whether you get the gold, the silver, the bronze, you got a medal at the Olympic Games, and you will be called and referred as that medal winner for the rest of your life. And so it's a life-changing moment for a lot of these athletes.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely got to be. This year, kind of some news, I don't know if this has come up in the past, but it's been news this year regarding the taxes that Olympians have to pay when they win their medals, and they're trying to pass some legislation now to stop that. I personally agree with that. I'm like, hey, you're dedicating your life to something and representing your country out there. Like, we shouldn't tax you on your medals. Do you agree with that we should remove the tax from Olympians' winnings?
Well, we're not just taxing the medals. I think some of the news is just a little erroneous, but the athletes that win gold, silver, and bronze, a certain amount of money goes along with that.
Yeah.
All right. So I believe that the athlete that wins the gold medal is going to also win $25,000. So the $25,000 that they receive will be taxed.
But like a Gabby Gifford, Gifford's is going to be a bajillionaire, and like Michael Phelps, obviously, and those guys. But I mean, to John Stevenson or somebody who wins in skeet shooting or something, it's like $25,000 seems like a lot of money to you and I just as a gift. But it's like that dude probably spent 20 years trying to shoot skeet that well.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But there will and always will be a luxury tax on athletic endeavors and achievements. So it's something you kind of learn to expect, especially and it just doesn't surprise me with the IOC, the U.S. Olympic Committee. So it's just one of those things. I'd love to see it go away because these athletes deserve to keep every cent. But
agreed.
It is claimed as income.
Why? And any quick explanation as to why China's ahead of us right now? Why are they a superior country when it comes to these physical sports?
Well, China, in preparation for the 2008 games that they hosted, they built up their Olympic movement. All right, and that means everywhere. When you have a lot of money to put into sports, you can attract a lot of people to it. You can work on the biomechanics of it. You just spend money on it, and that's what it takes to win Olympic sports is spending money on it. If we put another $2 million if we put another $2 or $3 million into our sailing program, our judo program, we'd create more champions. And so, building up to Beijing, that's what China did, and they've got all these champions now and all this interest. Mm-hmm. And they've also got a lot of people to choose from over there. I imagine that their medal production will drop off as they get farther away from the Beijing games. But right now, they're in a lot of events.
That's true.
We're not in every event as Americans.
That's why. So I agree with you. We should cut NASA's funding and dedicate all that money to the Olympics. I'm with you, Dan. You didn't say it, but I can see where your mind's going, and I'm on the same page. It's congratulations, by the way, on the U.S. Olympic Hall of Fame. We're talking to U.S. Olympic Hall of Famer and gold medal winner in the 96 Atlanta Games, Dan O'Brien, our track and field expert. Dan, thanks so much for calling in, and we'll let you get back to the work of watching people run really fast.
All right, I appreciate it,
right.
And folks log on to Yahoo Sports on the Olympic tab and check us out over here.
There you go. Thanks, Dan. Have a great great afternoon, I should say, over in London. Bye-bye.
You got it. Thank you.
The Big J Show. Weekday mornings from 6 till 10 on Billings' #1 hit music station, Hot 101.9.